Hey, welcome to Crossroads. We're in week 2 of a new series called Progress, where we're digging into technology and the promise of progress that it makes into our lives. And so far, we've talked about how God is wildly pro our progress. And we at Crossroads, anyway, we don't think that technology is something to be shoved to the side and just ignored and never used. Like, we're not trying to become Amish exactly or anything. But we also feel like there's a way to engage with it with wisdom to help us get the most out of it. Today, I've got a very wise friend of mine with me. This is Mr. Matt Welty. You may recognize him on this broadcast. He is our Chief Technology Officer, and he's in charge of a lot of the products and services that we're creating to help us all make progress towards God. And you're kind of like a tech expert, right?
Sure.
But like a not nerdy one.
Depends who you ask, probably. I hide it well.
So you're a tech expert. I'm a tech novice. I just, truth be told, I haven't been able to actually print in the office here at Crossroads in about 2 years. I can't figure that one out.
Yep.
I should just email help desk or...
That problem will persist for years.
So I'm a novice. What do I need to know about technology and my interactions with, like, what's just like base level 101 that someone like me should know?
Sure. I mean, maybe that not all technology is neutral. It's not... Some technology is created in a way that it will impede your progress, and other technology is created in a way that will advance it. So it's not equal playing field. In the tech world, we measure all kinds of stuff. I find it really interesting. I've got a tool that I look at a lot of times, and an actual measurement in that tool is measuring the addictiveness of your app. And that term is very intentionally used because technologists want to create products that people use. Oftentimes, they do that because that's how they make money. But a lot of apps are just made to suck your time and your energy and your brain space.
It sure feels that way.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. And you don't even realize sometimes, like, wait, how long have I been scrolling through this feed? Or when did I get my phone out of my pocket? Like, you get in the trance state.
Hours?
Right, you're
Days?
not really sure. Yeah.
So we have an app.
Yeah.
And part of your job is to lead the development of that app and the new features and one of the. Do we have an evil app or do we have a good for me app?
What if I was like, no, it's totally evil? No.
We got to be honest with the people. I mean, we just got to.
Right. Yeah. We so I use different words. We have a good app. That's what we try to make.
Okay.
So,
good. Great.
But it is interesting. I want our app to be habit forming. So in a sense, I do pay attention to how frequently people open it up, because our app is meant to help you create a habit of connecting with God. And we believe that if you can, with any regularity, with any kind of habit, have a habit of prayer or reading scripture or being in community and connecting with God, those things supercharge your spiritual growth. You can't get closer to God without those things. So we want to create an app that you can use as a tool. You can use it to help you create the habit.
Okay, so the Crossroads app, I'm going to pull this up right here. When I open my app, I can see in here, I click the little today button.
Yeah.
I see 1.2 million experiences completed, and I see 1.4 million, and then a little plus symbol, total prayers prayed. What does that mean? That's like, that's mind-blowing to me.
It is kind of crazy. So those numbers represent all of our activity inside the app. So when we think about experiences, there's a couple of different kinds inside the app. So you can do a thing called a daily challenge. And that is, that's meant to be, if you think about it like fitness, it's meant to give you 5 really short exercises you can do. And it's sort of randomized every day. So every day you open it up, and you're getting something, you're getting a different combination. So you're having to work different muscles. So the fitness is a pretty good metaphor for that. And over time, you're getting this really well-rounded workout to help you grow spiritually. Every time someone does one of those experiences, it adds to that tally. Every time there's another one called Daily Scripture on that same screen, where each day there's a new chapter of the Bible, and hundreds, sometimes thousands of people in the Crossroads community are all reading the exact same chapter of Scripture. Sometimes sort of journaling publicly. Most mornings you go in there, you can see Brian Tome's reflection, Tim Seneff's reflection. A lot of our community pastors do reflections on that scripture that can jumpstart your own reflection and time with God. You read the scripture and then you read sort of Brian's prayer or reflection. And I do this in the morning, and then you go, oh, that makes me think about this. And so you're into a time with God. Those are all part of that. And the prayers is incredible.
Yeah, that one. So I can request prayer.
Yes.
And then you see that I had a request. You don't know it's me, right?
Yeah, so there's two different types. One is anonymous prayer. So you can go in and you can put an anonymous prayer request into the community. And then anyone else who goes in there can get that request, pray for it and mark it as prayed, and then you get a push notification saying that people are praying for your prayer request.
Wow.
I did this last Friday where I put prayer requests in, and within 7 minutes, my phone was blowing up because it was telling me all of the people who were praying for my prayer request. Wow. And then, so I often am in there praying for anonymous prayer requests. And the coolest thing to me is that, like, if I'm praying for your prayer request and you mark it as answered, I find out that that prayer request I prayed for.
You get a push notification.
Was answered, which is about the most encouraging thing ever, because you're sort of closing the loop on that.
Awesome. Well, hey, on behalf of the whole community, we are appreciative of you and your pioneering work in this field. If you're watching this video, the reason you're watching this video is this guy. This broadcast is another thing that he pioneered and got off the ground. If you don't have it yet, get the Crossroads app. It is totally 100% free. It's in the App Store, Google Play. Android probably has an app store, I'm not really sure, but you can go get stuff there. It's spectacular. We're going to continue on an experience today, and we're about to do something that may be a little bit weird for you or a little uncomfortable. It's something called worship. We just recognize that connecting to God can be awkward, especially if you don't have a ton of experience doing it. That's why we make things like the Crossroads app. Worship is no different. It can feel that way. So I just want to encourage you, maybe you've never sung along to worship before, and if you're in a spot that you can do that, you can actually physically sing out loud. I don't care if it feels weird. Lean into it and try it, and you'll get to a new place with God. And if there's somewhere where it's like, I'm sitting at my desk at work, Kyle, and I can't do that. I will get fired from my job. Don't worry, that's fine. Just engage in your head. Think about the words and think about them as prayers that you can say just kind of inside your own mind to God. So let's continue on and get ready to worship. So glad you're with us today.